Yeah, hello.
Thoughts on the prompt? I think that you're over 18, so won't even ask you.
Yeah, I wanted to get into what's there to trust about white people. I'm asking if we reverse that and say, what is there to trust about black people?
Don't
Would
ask a
that be
question with
racist?
a,
That's
don't
my
ask,
question.
don't answer the question with a question.
Well,
Please
I'm
answer
asking
this
if that would
question
be
first.
racist.
Please answer this question first, and then I'll answer your question.
The same thing that there would be to trust any people.
Sir, please answer this
That is the
question
answer to the
first.
question. What is there to trust
It's
about
not
white
the
people?
answer to the question. I'm asking what is the reason black people specifically should trust white people, and I should have put black people in the prompt.
For
But
the same reason
what
that
is
they
the
should trust
reason?
black people.
So what is that
Okay.
reason? You're not giving me a reason.
Well,
You're just
whatever
saying,
the reason would be why they should trust black people is the same exact reason they should trust white people.
so
Okay.
there's
So
no reason.
yeah, I can give you reasons you can trust black people. I can give you plenty of reasons for that. Black people don't. Black people are not running around in everybody else's neighborhood trying to harass and intimidate them. They're not running around tearing up stuff and burning people's stuff to the ground. They're not running around,
They're
hanging,
not
hanging
burning
people.
things to the ground like they did during the
They,
riots.
no, no, they're not doing that. That's a response to mistreatment and abuse.
So
That's appropriate, by the way.
so they
And
are
by the way,
burning
most of those
things down then
and
during
no, no,
riots.
no. By the way, most of those people were chaos agents anyway. So yeah. So this is the problem with doing a protest today. You notice that there for the most recent protests in the last year and a half, especially since Trump's been in office, no black people have shown up, and you notice there hadn't been there's been relatively no chaos. Because the second a black person shows up at a protest, then you have chaos agents that come in and start tearing stuff up, and then they blame it on black people, and then now you get the narrative, oh, look at what black people are doing.
When they're
Those
looting
are chaos
stores,
agents
those are
that
chaos
do that
agents,
kind of
sir.
stuff.
When they're
Yeah,
looting
No,
chaos
sir.
agents.
stores.
Yes,
Well,
they
what?
come
I've
in.
literally
They come in.
seen.
They come into a peaceful protest that black people are having for a legitimate reason, and then they'll come and start tearing stuff up
I
and
wanna.
destroying
I wanna.
property, and
I
then blame
want
it on
this.
black people. So
This is
yeah, that
anecdotal,
does
but I was.
happen.
I was here. I was here. So during the George Floyd protests and certain riots out here in the
But
capital
if
of
black people are
California.
tearing stuff up, then that's probably a
Um,
good reason for it.
right. Yeah. No, I agree with you, HR,
When they're
completely.
Yeah,
burning things to the
I
ground, there's a good reason for
you
it.
can't put you
personal
can't put a knee
experience
to
as
a
much.
man's neck for 9 minutes and say, well, you know what, you guys just got to accept that.
That
You're going to
means you
get a
burn things
response.
down, sir.
Wait, no, no, no. Hold on, Jefferson. One second. I'm just going to
That's
tell
what
you
it could
something
mean.
personally that I've seen with my own eyes. Is there were certain individuals that were placing bricks on the corners, and they were white people. Just to make it clear, they were placing bricks on corners during the protest. And guess who picked up those bricks and started breaking in and looting? Other white people. And that is me personally telling you that I seen that happen with my own eyes. There was black people there that were actively saying, no, don't do that. That's what they want us. That's what they want. They want us to think that we're doing this. So
So
yes,
when they were clearing out
that is a
stores and we were all
personal
watching them on film do
experience.
that, we just
I
want me
was
to
there.
you just
I
want me to
was
not
there
believe that at all?
watching it. I'm serious. Like
Oh,
I'm dead
Yeah,
at.
but
Like
can
I'm being
well,
very
can I
serious.
ask
Like,
you a question
Wait,
though,
hold
sir?
on,
sorry.
Jeffrey. What
you see how quickly he got away from the prompt, though?
Well, I'm not getting away
exactly?
from the
Right,
prompt. I'm trying to
right.
One
answer
second.
to it.
One second. One second. You're not answering it. You're saying, well, why should you're pivoting and not answering the direct question. You're not giving any reasons. You're
I
trying
think
to.
that human beings ought to
You
trust
are
other
not
human
giving any
beings.
reason to trust white people. If there was reasons to trust white people, people will want to hear something like this, like, "Oh, you should trust white people because we did this and we did that. Systemic racism doesn't exist anymore. We did this, we did that." Like, you're not giving any reason. You're just saying,
I'll tell
"Well,
you the
you're trying to."
reason.
So there's actually no reason to trust white people because all y'all do is reinforce
Can you tell
stereotypes.
me how I'm wrong?
Correct?
Wait,
You
no.
No, you're
are
Yes,
wrong.
absolutely
Don't you
wrong.
know it's a stereotype? Are you an
Can
idiot?
we look at the stats?
Yeah, we can look at the
Then
stats.
let's
Black
We
pull
people are
up
don't
the
not
have
going to the white
to.
stats.
neighborhoods
Yeah,
and
we can
ripping
look
you
at the
off.
stats.
Okay, well, let's
There's
pull
no
up the
black people going
FBI
to white
statistics
neighborhoods and
on
ripping white people
theft
off.
and by
So there's
race.
no actual reason to trust y'all because all y'all do is spread misinformation. Is that what you're saying?
I want to look at the stats and the FBI.
All you want to do is look at the stats, and focus on minority groups and spread misinformation about how you believe the statistics are
What am I
because
saying?
you
Which is
want to feel
misinformation.
like you're oppressed. You want to feel like white people do no wrong and there's all the reason to trust y'all and that there's no problems going on in white communities, that there's no white on white crime that gets swept under the rug. That's what you're saying.
Oh, you
It
asked me
sounds
for a
more
reason. I
like
gave
that's
you a
the
good
way you
one.
want people to
Oh,
think.
That's
may
not
I-
a
Black
valid
people
reason.
think
You
Well, how would
pivoted
you
wrong,
know
to
you
and
keep
everything
muting
is the
me?
stereotypes
white man's fault.
because you're pivoting to stereotypes, and what
I'm
I'm trying
not.
to
I'm
tell you,
willing to
you're
engage.
interrupting me.
I'm
Do
willing
you
to.
No,
understand what a stereotype is?
Yes, but this is not a stereotype because
Okay,
I
so
have
what
the
is a
facts.
stereotype?
Stereotype would be a delineation towards a group, which is a generalization in negative light generally. But I'm
Okay,
not
so what
doing
are you
that.
doing?
I am doing.
You are doing that. That's
I'm
your
looking at
example.
stats.
That's not a
Well,
stat. That's your
It
opinion.
is a stat, and I'll pull up the FBI stats,
Oh
the
my
crime
well,
gosh.
let's
stats,
go
if you
with
would
the
like.
All right, all right, all right. Let me
let's go
get
with the
somebody
statistics.
else.
So, well, no. Let's go with the statistics here. So, statistically speaking, there's an 85 to 90% chance that the person that harms you or commits a crime against you is going to be from your own racial group. So, white people are going to pretty much commit crimes against other white people at high rates
Because
because
more
that's what
But
the
crime
what about
happens
statistics
in
say.
interracial
proximity.
crime, sir?
More
I just
crime
told you that.
happens in proximity.
What about
I just
interracial
told you
crime?
that.
Who's more likely to
Okay,
who's more
Interracial
likely to
crime.
victimize who?
Okay, wait, because you keep on speaking over me, and I'm going to drop you if you have no impulse control. You're talking about interracial crime. Okay, that's fine. Who has committed the most crime against other groups of people throughout history, and who is still doing that?
hey,
Wait, throughout all of human history?
Yes,
yes.
throughout history.
Well, I mean, that would be an impossible thing to determine.
No, I'm talking actually, let's go back to history. Let's go back to just who's committed the most crime, which group of people have committed the most crime
can
through
I
nature in the globe.
can I say
Okay,
something
which group?
before you continue? Well, I'm going to give you the answer. It's white people, Jeffrey. But so I hate when this happens. Constantly just redivert, like pivots to the conversation. So what's there to trust about white people? You went, well, I don't trust my neighbor. That's not the question, right? Why wouldn't you trust your neighbor that is white? Why do you trust your neighbor that is white?
The
Yes,
one
well,
who's got
That's
I'll answer it to the
I don't know
question
why
if
you
you'd
have to
like.
against you.
The answer to the
Okay.
question is I thought that you all have goodwill towards everybody. But if you're asking for specificity between the two delineated races, then obviously there's good reason.
One thing you have to know, Jefferson.
Why won't you
one thing
let me
need,
answer?
hold on really quick. One thing you need to know is that black on white crime happens at a disproportionately lower rate than white on white crime.
Yes, but
But
it's
white
supposed
on
to.
black, but white on white crime, but white on black crime has happened for literally 8 centuries because of racism. And it's still happening today. Y'all have a system in America that is up that it's very biased, it's very shaky, it's very broken on purpose. It's the racial inequalities and the wealth gap and all of these things that are still upheld by white people. And y'all like to blame it and say that it's the J's, the small hat people and their organization. You like to go to conspiracy theories instead of taking accountability.
I didn't
These
do
are
none
things
of
that
that.
y'all. These
Host,
are
why don't
these
you
are
and let people talk instead of just continuously
Because she's
talking
the
stupid
host.
shit
Shut
that
up.
don't make no damn sense to nobody.
these are
Shut up already.
these are things that y'all have put up against other groups of people, especially black people, and then you want to talk about interracial crime.
Yeah, well, I think
But
that's
you
a very
don't.
important point and that we need to get into, and you just refuse to.
What do you
So
mean I
look,
refuse to? I'm getting into it right
Well,
now.
then let's get into it. Isn't it true that disproportionately, via interracial crime statistics, that blacks more likely to victimize whites than the other way around per
no,
capita?
No.
it's not true at all.
Can I at
I
least
just
finish
literally
what I'm
Not
saying,
even the
please? I'm
FBI
I
would
almost
just
say that.
done.
explained it to you.
But
Are you not listening?
you won't even let me ask the question.
I just explained it to
But
you.
hang on, just let me ask the question. All I'm asking is per capita, isn't it the case that black
Not at
interracially
all. Not even per
victimize
capita.
whites
Not
more
raw
per
numbers. Not in any
capita?
Go with the
capacity.
No,
capital
not per
fucking argument
capita.
is
It's not even per
are you-
capita. It's not by
Yes,
raw
per
numbers. It's not in
capita.
any capacity.
In
Look, we
comparison to
just told
whites,
you,
One second.
whites victimizing
Trav,
blacks.
can I
sir.
can
We
I have
just
your
told you,
age and input?
and you can
One
check
second,
and said,
HR.
okay.
1 second. Thoughts?
Agent, what?
No, just their thoughts.
My thoughts. Why don't you shut the up and let people talk?
Okay.
You're talking to the host.
Anyway.
You shut the fuck
Instead
up.
of muting them and cutting them off all the time.
Yeah,
like that.
I will
She's
mute
the host. You're on her
ignorance.
panel.
I
You're on
will-
their panel. Why are you here? You
I
just
will
wanted to
mute-
come up and tell the host that? Like, well, get out of here. You don't have to be here, Trav.
Yeah, I will mute ignorance on my live because I'm tired of the
Then you
misinformation.
should mute yourself.
Yeah,
'cause
so maybe you should get down.
Or answer the question. Like, God.
This guy just came up here. He's a spouse of misinformation. So yeah, she's right to actually correct that.
Shouldn't we go
literally
through
tells
the
you that.
information, sir?
Yeah, the FBI literally tells you, the Bureau of Justice literally tells you that there's a 85, depending on where you are, an 85 to 90% chance that the crime that's going to be committed against you is a person in your racial group.
Yeah, but that's
So
not
you're
what's
worried
in
about
dispute, sir.
I
that's
told
what you're
you,
saying.
Jefferson, that
That's
black
So
on
that
white
is not what
crime
is in dispute, sir.
you're generally around
Jefferson,
white people who
hold on,
have a
Ethan.
higher chance of committing crime against you, but you're worried about people who aren't even. You're worried about
Exactly.
Yes,
people who
sir.
live
If
One
you have a
second.
swimming pool, it is the
Sir,
case that you're more likely
you are
to
like
drown.
15, have no impulse control. I told you that black on white crime happens at a disproportionately lower rate than white on white crime, and you're still pivoting to
But what
that.
about white on black
instead-
crime, ma'am?
Yeah, white on black crime. I told you, we've seen it all throughout history, and it's still happening
That's a
today.
pivot. That's a pivot.
That's not a pivot.
It is a
We've seen it
pivot.
all through. We have seen white on black crime all throughout history, and it is still happening today. What is the cause of hoods in America? Systemic racism. Because of redlining. Are you unaware of that?
Am I allowed to speak now, or are you
Do
just
you
going to
not
mute
think
me?
that systemic racism is a crime against a whole group of people?
I'm not sure if you define for me systemic racism.
You don't even know what systemic racism is.
No, I do. I want you to define it for me so I know what you think it is.
Lordy.
You realize
So you
that
came
people
up
can
here-
have a proprietary
came-
definition of a thing.
You came up here not knowing. It means what you know. It means what
People
I know.
can
It
have
means.
proprietary
Not- listen,
definitions,
sir.
so I want to make
Systemic racism doesn't mean what I think it means. It means what I know it means. Not
okay,
what my
well, what do you,
opinion on it
whatever
is.
that is, I want to hear.
Okay, Jesse.
Why, nobody's allowed to speak here except you.
No, not really. But Jesse, are you there? I don't think he's okay. HR, you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, I can't get off the fact that there's an 85 to 90% chance that white people are going to commit crimes against a white man, but he's worried about the 10% of non-white people that probably won't even ever get to him. They're concerned about the 7 or 8 or 9% of other people from other racial groups when there's a 90% chance that it's going to be somebody from your own racial group. That's your concern?
Yeah,
I can deal with. I can actually mitigate the. I can actually mitigate the 10%. See, I can figure out how to do
yeah,
that.
but can I respond to this?
It's the 85 to 95%. It's the 85 to 90% chance of somebody from my own racial group that I have more concern about.
Yes,
White people
but
don't even come up.
Isn't it the case, sir?
But you're concerned about black people.
I just
But
want to
you
start
keep
with
on-
what is factual and what is not. Is it not?
All right,
We
fact-
just gave you the facts.
one
We just
second.
gave you the reference.
I'm not even
We
allowed
have-
to
we have new
respond.
panelists.
No, Jefferson, because you keep on responding with the same thing. So
I just want to get some clarification.
one
That's
second.
all.
You will get clarification after I get.
After you meet me again.
No, we're going to table the conversation so we could introduce new panelists. Thank you, Jeffrey. Please have some impulse control. Thank you.
Right. Dylan?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thoughts on the process?
Good evening, Fire Girl.
Good evening. Your thoughts?
Do I actually need to speak them for the panel, or do you just want to go off of my normal rhetoric?
You
That's got boring real quick.